Good morning, everybody. It's Amy Bennett from the AM Show. I am coming to you live in Charleston, South Carolina from my, there's a hair right here, from my hotel. I'm in the courtyard and nobody's around right now, but we'll see how that goes. So we've had a really good time so far. Yesterday was jam-packed. What did we do? We did a little shopping. We went down to the market. Charleston is known for their market right downtown. A lot of handmade stuff and a lot of yummy food, and that was just really nice. And then we went to the aquarium, which was so fun. I hope the wind is not too bad. You guys let me know if the wind is starting to pick up. Hopefully it's not messing with the sound. But we went to the aquarium, which is so fun because we have my nephew with us who is almost 2, and you know, that age is just so fun because everything is new to them, and including their words. And so him just learning to say alligator and get excited over every fish and every shark and every little thing. It's just fun to see it through their eyes. And so it's just been a lot of fun to be with him because, you know, everything is fun because he thinks everything is fun. Then we had some good food, and we actually got to see 2 friends that live here in Charleston. They used to be in our small group, so we got a little dessert together last night. So I have no idea what's on tap. We're actually leaving this hotel today and then going a little bit further south to Kiawah Island to stay. I actually have no idea what we're doing today. I don't know if we never got to the beach, so I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. But anyway, enjoying the weekend, obviously enjoying sleeping in. I haven't got breakfast. I'm like eyeing, I think I see Scott. Yeah, I see Scott over there in the cafeteria. This is a place that serves you free. This is a Homewood Suites, so it serves you free breakfast and free dinner. We didn't take advantage of that last night, but anyway, so he's in there getting his breakfast, and that is where I am headed after this. But anyway, today I just wanted to share a little bit about success and obedience, and really one thing that I have learned in my own life and really doing my podcast about success. And I was thinking about this because as I was reading through Ezekiel yesterday in our plan, I was reminded that Ezekiel was called to prophesy, and he's told from the very beginning that these people have hard hearts and aren't going to listen. And God says, I want you to speak whether they listen or not, because they need to know who I am and basically what they're doing wrong and what what I'm going to do because of it. And I'm thinking of that because I think sometimes, we assume in God's world that if he calls us to it, he's going to bless us and give us all the success. If we just do everything the way God says, then we're going to see success. And especially here in America, we define success as in it's going to accomplish what we think it's going to accomplish, and we're going to have lots of people and lots of money, and oh my goodness, I hope this doesn't blow away. We just have a skewed sense of success and what that looks like according to God. I think about Hannah Callio that was on our podcast, where they felt called to sell everything they had basically and go to and go do missions work, in Italy, and it all fell apart. It all fell apart and did not go the way that they thought they would go. And I think about people who have planted churches and they thought, yeah, we're going to minister to this area and it's going to grow and God's going to bless it, and the church ends up folding. And I think that, we would call that failures, but I think that we cannot measure success by that. I just was reminded that obedience equals success. Obedience equals success. Because God is doing sometimes his purposes are just not our purposes, and he's accomplishing something maybe that looks nothing like what we thought was going to happen. And so we cannot measure success. God says what success is. He might be doing all this stuff to reach one person, and then we have that one person who will then affect a whole generation of people, and it had nothing to do with what we thought it was going to do. God will go after that one. He leaves the 99 to go after that one. So he will have us do things, and we have no, oh gosh, this is getting really windy. We will have no understanding of what he's doing. And so I just want to encourage all of us that if God is calling you to something, don't try to define what success is. Just be obedient. Just be obedient, because that's all we can do. That's all we can do is do what the Lord is leading us to do, and not try to say whether it's being successful. If you're in the middle of trying to like launch something, or I think of people who might be I thought of launching a church, maybe if you're meant to lead something, start some kind of nonprofit. I don't know. If you're in the middle of it and you're trying to say, is this really working? Like, this is not turning out the way I thought it was going to turn out. I think we just have to, it says on pause. Okay, we just have to ask God if we should continue to do it. And that's all it is. Don't try to figure out success on your own. It's just what I want to say. Don't try to figure it out. All right, guys, it looks like I'm losing connection here, so I'm going to go so this doesn't get too terrible to watch. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow. I'm thinking because we have to leave. To go back home really early tomorrow. So I'm thinking this will be it for this week. I hope you've had a good one, and I hope you have a good weekend. I want to say good morning. It looks like a couple people were to join, so if you're able to join, let me know in the comments. I see Marie, you're on here. Marie said Hannah's episode was one of her favorites. Yeah, she was one of the very, early episodes of Feathers, and still one of my favorites too. I gotta catch up with her actually. Okay. Well, I am going to go get some of that free breakfast. Again, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.